Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link. Good morning. Good morning. TGIF. It is Friday. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris. I'm so excited to be here today, and you know why? Because I love you guys. I love you guys. It is a wonderful thing. From the moment you open your eyes every morning, you look forward to everything that is in front of you all day. That is a great place to get. That is a great place to stay. And it's an even greater place to manifest everything to live your fullest life. Can I get an amen? Listen, hey, happy 14th day of October. It is my 5th wedding anniversary today. My 5th wedding anniversary. I'm so excited. I'm a little behind this morning with things. I was running around because after I went to the health club, I had to go and, get those little secret things. Today is
Anniversary number 5, and I'm so excited. I'm so happy today. You know, when these days happen, I'm gonna tell you another thing. I don't wait for Christmas. I don't wait for New Year's resolutions and all that. I really don't. Every time I find myself like today, 5 years ago, was one of the it was the most wonderful day of my life. I show what is greater than myself, just how much I appreciate that blessing by trying to take great to greater. Um, strong to stronger. And so for the anniversary this year, I already go to the health club over at Edwards Hospital here in Naperville. But I joined another one, a whole nother deal. Uh, just so I could another club, I mean, last night. So I'll go in the evenings twice a week to this place with my new trainer. Look, here he is. Coach Matt and last Matthew. And last night I went in talking all kind of shit. I really did. And I'm telling you what, they must have some kind of special mirrors in that gym. Because I wear that shirt I got on there to my morning gym. I don't look nowhere near as fat in it as I do at their gym. I don't know what they done did up, and I felt like I was in one of them fun houses. You know, those mirrors like, that ain't me. I'm not kidding. I was like, man, and I learned so much last night. And first of all, it was at 8 o'clock, and I go to bed at 8:30. So I was like, and plus, I forgot I had it. We had dinner guests. I'm just drinking wine. Had two of them, right? Was full on stir frying chicken wings. I was full, so I was like, oh, shit, I gotta go. And boy, I'm gonna tell y'all, as you get older, I'm 60. As you get older, keep it moving. Find out. I'm so glad. I thought I was really doing some stuff by myself at the other gym. That's the bell of purpose. I'm changing the subject. That's the bell of purpose. And did you see me slip and go, oh, I'm sorry I hit that bell? No, that bell is hit and struck on purpose, with purpose. Why? Because I want you to remember that is a reminder, not a show gimmick. That ain't a prop. That is an opportunity. Because just like that bell has a ring to it, I say it every morning, so does the truth. A lot of us think we know the truth. We don't know the truth. It was to come up and bite you in the face. So when the truth is out on the floor here, you're going to hear the bell. Go deal with it. There it is. There it is again. Help me welcome to the show my sidekick. Y'all know who she is. Miss Lucy McGillicuddy. What in the world was that? Miss Lucy McGillicuddy. Girl, I am so sorry. Don't sue my ass. For real. Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. See, I know what y'all thinking. Ooh, he just had a senior moment. So, sure did. And glad to have him. Because I remember a time in my life, I didn't think I was going to make it to a junior moment. Who been there? Say amen. Put it in the comments. Right. So, listen, you know what? We've all been through hard times. We've all been through down times, all that stuff. But you know what? What is the thing that always makes you feel better? They say it all the time. You hear, what's the best medicine? Laughter is the best medicine. And I love me a good chuck chuck. I ain't going to play with it. I do. I love it. Absolutely love it. Right? Why wouldn't you? Well, victims, they like to cry all the time, right? But we're not victims. We're victorious. Can I get an amen? Put it in the comments. Today, I have Darrick with a D-A, not a D-E, not Derek. Darrick. Darrick! Can you imagine if Lady Eloise, remember from my Lavender Hill? Like she was like, Marcus. Right, but she was Darrick. You know what? I bet he got a story like that. I'm gonna get him in here. Darrick. I met Darrick when Patrick Dickerson, y'all remember him? Pat was coaching with me, and I was going in town from way out here late at night, standing like that, right, to go to open mics. And Darrick was at one of them. We had gone to one, then we went to another one. He was at that one, running it, right? Plus, he run them all apparently, but he was at this particular spot. And you know what? And I wasn't even in the front row, like on that Eddie Murphy movie. Remember? Right, remember? What's his name was up there, and he threw him in the piano. Remember that? The heckler. I was like, I ain't in the front because I ain't a heckler, and that's where they fuck with you. He did. Came right at me like he knew me. Well, but look, it led us to here. Darrick is a great comedian. We're going to see some of his work, but I don't want to wait. Listen, he's never been here before. So you know what we do? We roll out the virtual red carpet, and we give a virtual standing ovation. Put some applause on the screen. That's also known as hearts. Hit them. as we bring in, get ready, y'all. I hope y'all in the mood to laugh. Are you? Say I'm ready to laugh. Put it in there. Who ready to laugh? I dare you. Put it in the comments. Because why? Because here it comes. I'm going to tell you now before you even get started. Look at him, tooting his lips to tell a joke. See, I'm going to tell you now, don't come for me. I already know. I don't come for me. I know you got some jokes. But pick one of them people out in the audience. I'm kidding. You can use me. I'm got a tough shell now. How are you, Derrick?
How you doing? How you doing, Mr. Harrison? Happy anniversary to you, bro.
Thank you. Dude, I am so excited to have you here. Your work, you're known all through the city of Chicago. And how long? Tell people. Well, I'm going to dip out for about a minute and let you just run it down to them. Have a little intimate one-on-one moment with the audience. Tell them who you are, where you're at in the world, and tell them whatever you want them to know. And then I'm going to come back in, hit a couple points from your bio. Okay. All you.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hello. Everybody, just give us some hearts in the comments or anything like that.
Yeah, put them hearts in.
Okay, well, fine. Well, look, I'm Darrick J. I'm from Chicago. I've been doing comedy since about 2012, I'll say. 2012, but I didn't quit my job to do it until like 2014. Anybody got a job that they want to do something else? No?
A lot of people.
Right. So I actually worked for CTA. I did that for 17 years. And
tell them what that means, because they may not live in Chicago.
Oh, CTA, right. That's I drove the bus here in Chicago. That's Chicago Transit. Right, Chicago Transit Authority. I drove the bus here, and it was crazy. And I said, well, if I'm going to die, I might as well die doing something I love. And,
I know that's right.
Instead of something I want and need. So I just tell everybody this, and because people always ask me, how do I make it? And then I'll just say this: follow your God. Whatever your God tell you to go, just go there. Faith has no plan, but I guarantee that your God will take care of you. But yeah, I met Lauren, I think it was, I want to say 2016, 17.
Yeah, I wasn't 16. I wasn't married yet. I was getting married.
Oh, no. You were single, wild, and fancy free because you came to that club on 10. But it's like you was almost looking that night.
Well, because I was manifesting some place. Well, I was manifesting where I got to.
Right. Well, yeah.
I ain't playing. How you expect the world to know if you don't show them?
Right.
So I walked in like I had already made it.
Yeah. Well, you did. I mean, look at you now.
Plus, I was scared. Tell you the truth, I was scared because I had already heard. I think it was Gloria Sprinkles. She had told me. She had already told me. She's like, that next place we going, Derrick be there, and he like to get with the people. I was like, I ain't scared no Derrick.
Well, yeah, I mean, I try my best to be personable at my show.
It was great.
I try to bring everybody into the show, and my niche. What have you is that I'm about new comics and people trying to develop jokes. So I create a room where I say that comics can be savage. You can come in there and it's an open mic. So at an open mic, you cannot fail. You could just not do so good. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I try to push everybody to push their limits, to develop their art for all of us here to see. But it's a great show, and I love the bell you got because at my show I have bells. I have bells all around the room. So
you do?
Yes, it's an interaction.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, I got bells all around the room. It's an interactive show. So if a comic doesn't do so good or the joke doesn't land so well, you hit the bell one time. I swear to God, it's nothing funnier than a comic up there and they're basically dying, trying to get that breath back, and then you hear random bells around the room, and it gives them a reset, and then they can come back and do it again and get better.
I just love it, Derrick. I do. And I just want to applaud you for making it about not just yourself, but everyone else. Because I'm going to tell you, I hung out
Yes, you did.
With you know, even after the show, we were sitting up there by the bar, and I learned so much that night about what comedians go through. We all know, because if you ever watch America's Got Talent, every time a comedian come on there, they say, excuse me, I've been doing this, I've been trying this for 25 years. I mean, they stick with it. But these kids had, I mean, they had journals, but they weren't like all nice and crispy.
Oh, no.
Them things look like grandmama's Bible.
Yeah.
Roll down. You know what I'm saying? Rabbit ear. They had stuff, their jokes, and they held on to them like it was a newborn baby. And I was, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And see, what's like, hindsight is 2020. I'm just proud to be part of everybody's journey. Like all the people that you met that night, they're all doing big things. You got Mo Good, she's at the Laugh Factory, she's been at the Eric Crown. You got Gloria Sprinkles, she's out in LA right now. She's doing comedy clubs and stuff like that. Patrick is doing good now.
Yeah,
I'm doing great. It's like after the pandemic, like here in Chicago, and I think it changed the world as far as what we saw could work, because now you got people working from home, making just as much money and saving money because they ain't got the transportation costs and this, that, and the other. And in comedy, the way it changed is that the old guard left due to COVID, good or bad, but they now needed someone to come in.
Go sit down now. Go now. Go and play.
They needed someone to come in new and fresh, and they picked people that I was part of that journey that came from the mic that I was doing. So now it's like it puts everybody in a different level of boost up. So I appreciate that, and y'all need to come out and support these comedians. Please support me. I have every Monday mic here in Chicago, whereas you can come and see all these comedians that you see at Zany's, Laugh Factory, Comedy Bar, Comedy Shrine. Well, it used to be the Comedy Shrine, but I think they just closed there. We got the Comedy Vault in Batavia. So, just come on out, have a good time, because we need your support, because right now it's free, but when those ticket sales start getting $25 and $30, you will have to pay.
Hey, how much time on an open mic night, say Monday night, does a person have to fill when they jump up there?
Well, I let comics do them, but I try to push them to do at least 5 minutes. I want them to do what's in their head and what they've been practicing in the mirror all goddamn day, that stuff, but yet and still create while you're up there, be part of the moment, because when you do something at home, you're not going to have like that organic thing that's happening when you're there in front of people. Let your comedy be you. Just be you up there. Don't be so rigid and just say this word after this word after this word. I mean, be organic. So
I want to come do it.
Be organic.
I want to come do it.
Well, come on, do it. Look, I create comics. That's what I do. I would give you books to read. I would sit and talk to you, practice with you, all that. I think that's my real gift that God has given me, is to help other people become better in their comedy.
Oh, no. I don't want to end up like Nene Leakes.
Well, look.
Something come out your mouth. Somebody be wanting to beat you up or something.
Well, like they
I don't
always
think I can
say,
take a heckler. I'm just keeping it real. I mean,
if it's not, if it's not funny, it's offensive. But Nene, I mean, you gotta have a way.
We don't. Career killer. That was a career killer. That's
come
what that
on
was.
now.
Come on. That's like,
that was too much.
I ain't gonna say no names. I ain't gonna say no names. Rhymes with sock.
Right.
Remember that episode? Right. I could have picked a whole bunch of words, but I'll keep it clean. So let me ask you something. It is not easy. What is it, Derrick, would you say, because you not only through your own eyes and your own lens and filters, but all these other kids, two things, two-part question. What is it that enables them to be so committed? Because they, like Gloria, she'd be out, they go to 3-4 of them in a night, this next night, and then get them go to their day jobs in the morning. And then, and I'm like, this is like going to college or grad school. But then also, what makes them so strong to be able to take that,
Well,
all over and over and over. What is that?
I'll tell you what it is for me, and maybe it'll resonate with them. What makes you so committed, I guess, is like kind of be a preacher as far as when God calls you to do something, it's your calling. God's going to energize you, and that will keep your commitment to it because there's a give and take between you and your blessing that goes back and forth that can't nobody else understand because it's your blessing. So that, I believe, is what makes them committed, because that's what makes me committed. As far as to keep going out there, I put it back in church terms for the Black folks, or for all the folks, is that we go to church every Sunday to get re-energized. For us, getting on stage is our church.
Yeah.
And then that's how we get re-energized. So the more church you go to, because, I came up in that household where you went to church Monday through Sunday.
Yeah.
So comedy is the same thing for us. I mean, it's all about you and your calling and how you perceive it.
When does a comedian, Darrick, or even the community of comedians, when do they think, or when do they say, oh, look, Gloria Sprinkles made it? Is it when she's doing a movie, got a game show, on a tour?
Okay.
When, you know what I mean? Like when people go to college, they get a degree. Somebody else. So what is it in your community of comedians when y'all look at this and go, man, so-and-so, she did that, didn't she? She done got there.
Well, I got to be honest. I believe that's speculative. For me, I'm not famous, or a lot of people don't know me, but I'm a full-time comic. I pay my bills. I take care of my daughter. I got a car and stuff like that, but you don't know me. But I know I done made it. If I don't get no further, you understand? I mean, like, all my time is to myself. I create my own schedule. I get up for this. I got up this morning and I knew I was going to see you. I put on cologne and stuff. Can you smell it?
I used to do that too. When it was Zoom, I was like, why am I doing this? It ain't like, but you're right. I was celebrating that moment.
Right. Every day you get on stage, you're making it, in my opinion. Every day you're doing something that you love, already made it, and you continue to make it. Where it takes you is where it takes you. But I mean, everybody's not going to do movies. Everybody's not going to be, the Kevin Hart and stuff like that. But you got thousands of comedians that make over $100,000 a year doing cruise ships and tours and stuff that you probably won't know personally. But yeah, trust me, they made it because they're not doing the 9 to 5 anymore. They got all their time to themselves and they make their own schedule. It's something about having the freedom to just be able to move like you want to move and do what you want to do. And the only person you answer to is yourself and maybe your significant other. So.
Oh, thank you. I'm telling you what time is it? Okay, good. We got 4 minutes, then we're going to go to a commercial break. So, Darrick, what is it? What does it feel like for you? What does it mean to you? I guess is a better phrasing. When you do a show and it just works. You get in that zone, you get in that pocket, you can't do no wrong. The audience is feeling you, they loving you, clapping, you done, they stand up. What does that do for a comedian?
I look, honestly, it's really hard to put to words, but it's like very euphoric. It's like when you get off stage, it's like everybody wants to take pictures with you. Everybody wants to follow you and stuff. I mean, it feels great to have so many people who didn't know you 30, 40 minutes ago who feels like they know you. It's like you make a connection with 100 people at the same time. And that's just an energy that I really can't describe. But I would want everyone to feel that at least once in their life.
Just once. Amen. I know what you're talking about.
That's just something. And, they say, your best fans will be strangers, because my family, they look at me like, we know.
Silly ass boy. You're going to get a real job. Right.
But new people, when they see you, and I'm a storyteller, so I tell my stories. I talk about myself, my daughter, my family, and stuff like that, and things that resonate in my life, because I'm 52, so I talk about older stuff, and I make it relate to younger people, to older people. And once you make that connection, it's like you can do no wrong. You can sell them anything, water, juice, pop, shirts, or whatever.
Anything.
But it's nothing like making that connection with people, genuine people, because they don't have to let you in.
So you get to that point of the career when something happens like we just described, and you receive all of that you just poured into us. Now, what about those roads on the way to that moment that didn't feel so celebratory, i.e. the bomb, when you bombed a show? Talk about what that did, because I don't believe it's ever about just one thing, and I don't believe God makes mistakes. He's just keeping it interesting. So talk about what's the lesson in when you bomb.
Okay. My first year and probably 4 or 5 months, I bombed every night for about a year and 4 and 5 months.
In a row?
In a row. Well, I knew nothing of what I was doing.
Okay.
And I didn't have a teacher or a mentor at that time. I wanted to do it on my own and by myself. So I just went and just started getting on stages. I didn't have anything to talk about. I just talked about what came to mind. I didn't have a program or a set for. So for about the first year and 3 months, I did bomb, and I bombed. And I bombed in the hood. I mean, I bombed in the worst place. I didn't even.
I'll go straight.
Around people that give disabled kids a chance. No. I bombed around people that it was terrible.
Don't quit your day job.
Exactly.
Right.
But perspective is reality, I guess, because even in my bombing, every time I messed up, I learned what I did wrong, and I went back and I corrected one little thing. Even though it took me a year and a half, I stayed with it. But I wouldn't trade that experience for anything, because I wouldn't know what it is or was to go through it, and how to teach myself from bombing how to not bomb. You know what I mean? So it's a give and take.
Wow. I imagine it is. Well, listen, we're going to go to a brief commercial break, just about a minute. When we come back to you guys, I want to talk to our guest today, Darrick Jones, comedian here in Chicago. Yes. We're going to watch a clip when we come back. And then I want to find out, how do you find your material? What's it based on? And we're going to find out what Darrick considers his goal. What's the end game here? That and more when we return. Don't go away. This is a great chance to share out the broadcast. We'll be right back.
On July 4th, 1962, I found myself in the lost and found of mankind. Just because something finds its way to the lost and found doesn't mean that it wants to be there. Just because something finds its way to the lost and found doesn't mean that the person who lost it doesn't care for that lost item.
You are writing moments that people will learn from, grow from, and heal through for thousands of years.
Together, we are co-authoring a unique moment in time.
That DNA, those fingerprints, they're going to be gone. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
But it is your story
that they will tell for thousands of years, but only if you leave it. Things that do not serve you must go. The longer you wait, the more time you give them to trick you into serving them.
22 homes in foster care, everything I wore as a scar, as a shame, things that started like Velcro on my spirit. After just a few months, then years, then decades, I had believed myself into believing that they were indelible tattoos. Sometimes we have to be broken down to appreciate the view once we start getting up.
I want you to leave this place and know that you have been changed. Why? How do I know it's true? Because each of you has just changed me.
Welcome back. Welcome back to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michael Sears. And before we bring our guest, the wonderful Darrick Jones, comedian extraordinaire, back in, 2 quick reminders. November 1st, if you haven't downloaded the E360 television app, please do, because as of November 1st, I have a network on the network. There it is, Trajectory TV, where content meets direction. Come on over and look at the lineup of shows we've put together for you. And I'm excited to have it. If you know anyone who is ready to make their television debut, I'm currently looking for great content creators to give them their own television show. And also, get over to my page and order the current issue of Courageous Men magazine. Thank you, publisher Talisha Berry out of Los Angeles, for blessing me with this wonderful cover and opportunity to share just a little bit more of my story with the world. Courageous Men magazine, and it's on sale now. Find the link in the show notes or on any of my platforms. Okay, Darrick, come on back in. So, how do you come up with your, I already think, because you kind of hinted that you talk about your family and stuff. Now, I'm sure they've come to your shows. When they hear jokes based on them or a friend, or say you try to change the name and they know, you know that girl, you know you was talking about Peaches, right? You think we don't know? We know you was talking about my sister. How you know, do people get offended? Do you have to tell them in advance? Do you just spring it on them? Do they hear about it through the grapevine? What's up with that? Because I ain't trying to get beat up.
No. People don't get offended. People don't get offended. Like I have a joke about my mom and my daughter, and my mom's on oxygen, and it's a fantastic, well put joke.
Okay.
My daughter, she's a child with disabilities. She was born 1 pound 2 ounces at 25 weeks. Wow. So I put that together, and I made a joke into that. And my mom came to a show, and she loved it. And it made it even more funny because she was actually there with the oxygen tank. It was hilarious. Yeah.
And you know, Darrick, we're going to take a look at a clip of some of your work. But what do you think that is? That's one of the things I admire and respect so much about comedy, is that it is such a great vehicle to get people to laugh, talk, think about some very serious subjects. Sometimes takes the scare tactic off, peels off, you know, that stigma of let's not talk about that. I'll talk about that. And is that one of the things you really love about it, being able to get stuff inside of the mindsets of people, almost tricking them into it through comedy?
Well, yeah. People don't really, I don't think people really understand what comedy is, right? Comedy is the creation in between the space of two realities. Like you have a thought process or you see something, it could be a serious subject, and then you have another subject. And then when you bridge them in that space, that's where the comedy is created. If you talk too much about this reality or that reality in the real terms, that's where it becomes offensive. But if you stay, like you say, in the pocket or in that space in between them, that's when people's minds and their understandings will give it a pass and allow them to laugh at it. That's why I love dark comedy. Dark comedy is like definitely exists in between the space of like two realities, you know. So yeah.
Okay, let's take a look, because I know y'all dying.
What did you pull up that you didn't ask me about?
I'm pulling up the one you sent me.
Oh Lord. Okay, yeah, I like that one.
Okay, good. I wasn't gonna spring nothing. Here we go, y'all. Take a look.
Very talented comedian. Let's give him a huge Rosemont, and he's welcome for Darrick Jones.
Oh, get it, girl.
All right. I am the diversity part of the show. How you doing? Oh, don't worry about it. You'll see. He was right. He was the diversity part of the show. Oh my God, this weather, right? Oh, Jesus. It's great. This is beautiful weather. I mean, if you're from Chicago, right? You know Chicago is liable to have 3 seasons in the same week.
I know that's right.
This weather right now is beautiful weather. Do you remember back when it was negative 52 and you was forced to stay in the house with somebody for 3 days that you probably didn't like? That's terrible weather right there. You had to go out and start your car every day, whether you was driving it or not. That weather was so cold, I went out to start my car. It followed me back in the house. He was like, you are not going to leave me out here good thing about the program.
Dang, Derrick.
Goes down in Chicago when it's covered. Everybody except Jussie Smollett. Apparently, while it was cold in Chicago, he got accosted by 2 African Trump supporters.
African Trump supporters.
I didn't believe none of that story. I heard that, like, the only part of that story that I believe was the beginning. For those of you who don't know, Jussie Smollett is a black gay actor on the show Empire, right? So the only part of that story that I believe was the first part, where he said it was 2:30 in the morning, and he was going to Subway to get a 12-inch.
Oh, you wrong.
That makes
Mm.
sense.
Hey, I'm choking on my steak.
Well,
Derrick, listen.
Right.
They were. I was clocking it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like you and the audience were doing this.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or that thing with the strings, and then the other person takes the string. Yeah, it was just like a dance. Do you feed off of that wave of energy? They throw it to you through their laughter and applause. Because they were right there. They didn't have to think about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I never considered that aspect of it, because I was saying as soon as it started, that sounds just like when they hit the canned laughter on TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
Remember back in the olden days, and it just like be right there, and you hear all these different kinds of laughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What an incredible feeling that must invoke in you.
Well, I mean, definitely. I mean, it's like making magic with your mouth on stage, and I love it. But yeah, it's a back and forth. I did that. I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago, because that's when Jussie Smollett had did his thing. So I thought about the way I came up with that joke, and this is no lie. I was like, what was this rich man doing walking at 2:30 in the morning downtown Chicago? He wasn't going to no Subway, but he was looking for something. And so I put those two things together and came up with the punchline. If you notice, I never say anything, but I let your brain elude. And that's what a laughter comes from.
Take it there.
Right.
So they're really co-creators in the entire experience.
Yes. And that's what brings the connection. We talk without talking.
Yes.
Right.
That was, I knew you were good, but I'm going to tell you something. See, I didn't get to I did not experience that whole little circle with you when I was because you were hosting.
Right.
Which is different, because you're trying to keep the show moving, and it's not about you getting all the love. You get it to keep them going, especially if somebody was pretty flat. You got to get them back to where, remember what y'all here to do? Laugh.
Laugh.
But it's still not the same as watching you string your own material together for a set. Oh, okay. Because, man, that was great. What about this? Have you ever been there and something just wrong in the room? It ain't you. You just did this material last night. Everybody's doing what they just did. Now you're in this place. What I'm getting at is, when you travel, do you find a different mentality, things that people in Chicago found funny? What about when you in Milwaukee and they just sitting there looking at you like, what in the hell?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Well, that has happened. And I'll tell anybody this. That's part of you learning your craft. You have to learn when you go to other places, other states that don't know about the Chicago experience. You got to be in their experience. So when I'm on the road, I may study where I'm going, or I may look around and see something, a church or something that they'll know about, and then I'll start talking about that to get them to open up, just a little bit. And then after that, I'll come in with the crowbar. Right. I'll come in with the crowbar and take the bricks down. And then after I do that, they'll let me take them wherever I want to take them. But first, they want to know that I care enough to know about them. Right.
Yeah. Because I've heard comedians that were on tour call the audience the wrong city.
Right. And they don't like that. They really shut down. And then you got to work to get them back. Not that you can't, but that comes with experience and know how
that happened.
Right. You got to be in those situations.
What about this? So it would seem to me, if any profession, these three words should mean a lot to it, would be a comedian. Read the room.
Yes.
What does that mean? When do you read the room? When you get on stage, do you read the room? When the person before you is performing, do you read the room? In the moment. How does that work for you?
Oh, okay. What I do with my shows, like I would get there like 30 minutes to an hour prior to the show, and then I just sit in the room and talk to people. They don't even know I'm a comedian. I'm just sitting there talking to them.
Just another paper.
And then if I see other comics go up, I see what the audience likes and laughs at and things of that nature. But it's always like a good surprise to people when the guy you was just sitting talking to, just talk about whatever, whether you're talking about your wife, your kids, or the city, is on stage now. And then I call your name out and blah, blah. Yeah, John, blah, blah. We were just talking about blah, blah, blah. Now, everybody wants to be John.
He know him.
Exactly. Right. So, it's
and then you're looking over at John.
Right.
How you know him?
And then if John has a table of people, then I already know I got them laughing. And then, everybody else wants to be part of the laughter. So,
yeah.
Touchy. It's like a little trick. It's like a little trick to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
A little magic.
Mm-hmm. So what about this? What about if you're standing backstage or in the green room or wherever you're at, and there's other comedians performing and you're coming up and you hear an audience cracking up on some shit, you in the room going, now that ain't even funny. What does that send any alarms off in your head? Like, who in that? Well, who are they? What they going if they think that's funny, which way do you go with it? Do you think if they think that flat ass shit is funny, they're gonna really love my stuff? Or do you go,
okay. I ain't gonna lie, it's twofold, because I swear to God, I try. I stay humble. And if I think the joke is flat, but they laughing at it, then who am I to judge that?
Right.
I'm one person. That's 100 people. If they like it, then I have to look at myself and say, what is it that I don't see? Why don't I think it's funny? Type of thing. Now, after that, I'm going to go up and do my thing. And if I have to adjust on stage, then I'll adjust, because I believe all jokes can work. But for some people, you may have to change your word. You know what I mean? Or place a word someplace else, as far as the subject matter. But I think everything can work.
And that timing, that natural cadence that a person has, like what's her name? Cheryl. You know who I'm talking about? The one, the one on the movie with the monkey bread.
Yeah.
That girl. That some comedians, they don't even, and that white lady that be with them lips and stuff that be playing. I can't think of her name, but every time I see her, she don't even gotta say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna start laughing because I know here it come. Look, she get ready to say something. I start laughing. Some people just have it. They just have it. Now, speaking of having it, you see all these young comedians coming through.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Has it ever happened where somebody comes and you mind your own business, looking at the list about who up next, did so-and-so show up yet? And then you hear somebody start and there's something special about that kid.
Oh, yeah.
That ever happened?
Yeah.
I bet Mo Good was one of those.
Mo Good was definitely one of those.
I was going to say, because that's what happened to me when I first heard her.
Mo Good was definitely one of those. You got to understand her journey, man, because, she works in the hospitals and stuff like that with elderly people, and she was coming out at night to do comedy. And for her, it was more or less an outlet to just get rid of her stresses. But she didn't know that the way that she did it, because you felt her passion, you felt her feelings. That's what makes it funny. It's like with every joke that we do, you got to put an attitude to it. You got to put a character to it to make it seem real and funny. And she just does that naturally. Just one thing I want to say, thank you, Mr. Booker, Robert Booker, for all the comments. I see you.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you and everybody else. But Robert,
yeah, Robert be on it.
Yeah,
They in Canada. Hi, Robert.
Right, but yeah. So it's a joy for me to be able to create a space for them to do that and be that. Because when I started, it wasn't like that. You had to know somebody, you had to kiss some booty or something. So I started doing my own thing, and then I just invited everybody to come for free. And I told them my information is free and this opportunity is free because I wanted everybody to develop and grow. And I always got a saying, I can't make it unless I help you make it.
That's
and
right.
Here it is 10 years later, and all my friends are making it and they helping me make it. I ain't saying it's going to happen overnight, baby, but it's going to happen. If you share you got, you ain't got to share all of you, but just share a little bit of what you got, whatever God has given you, and then we all put it in one pot. Do you know we will have success forever?
I know that's right. I agree. Modern day stone soup story.
Man.
Bring it and put it in the pot.
Put it in the pot. What you got, a carrot? Put it in the pot.
Put it in the pot. Put it in the pot.
Right. Put it in the pot, baby.
So what's coming up for you? You got some things happening over the holidays headed this way that we can keep an eye out for. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yes and no. The way I make money now is like I do a lot of private shows. I do a lot of birthday parties. I do a lot of I got a couple of birthday parties coming up and things of that nature, which I can't invite you guys to because it's private. But if you check my link tree, I do a show every Monday night at Shakers here in Chicago, 3162 North Clark Street. And then I got a couple shows coming up in November, and that's all on my link tree. If it's in the comments, just hit the link tree, and then I put all my shows there. I'm going to put up some more shows today. I would love to see you guys out. Just inbox me, tell me that you saw me on Mr. Harris show. I will give you half off on the tickets. I can do that.
Okay. Well, listen, there you go. Perk. Bathrobe Moments perk. And listen, I want to put it out there. I'm not sure that there's going to be a Power of We symposium down at the Sand Mansion this coming year. Okay. Or at least it won't be in the spring because I have to travel to Romania for 14 days to speak over there. And
boy, you are doing so much. Look at you.
I'm so excited about that. And the State Department is behind us. So we're going as ambassadors, so to speak, from this country. Diplomatic community and all that. It's such a blessing. God is good all the time and all the time.
God is good.
There it is. That's the only way. That's the only way. It's the only way I want it. Seriously, it's the only way I want it. Listen, everybody, on the bottom of your screen right now, you see scrolling along where you can find Derrick on Facebook, Darrick Jones Comedy. But there's also this one. You can head over to Instagram if that's your jam, and you'll find him there as well. Now, I'm going to grab that link tree he mentioned right at the conclusion of this broadcast and drop it in the comment section. So if you don't see it before the broadcast ends, come back in a couple minutes and go in. You'll see it right at the top of your feed. Derrick, I just want to say what an honor, what a pleasure. I want to ask you this. One thing about Mo Good, I remember listening to her, she has a awesome way of just, you feel like you're right in the thing she's describing, right in that place. Like you can almost see the curtains.
Visually, yes.
Right. You like, is she talking about something in the kitchen? You stay like you in the kitchen with her. It's really amazing. And then Gloria, the way Gloria was like, boy, I'm sitting there going, you know what? She's funny and all, but I bet you there was a time I wouldn't want to cross her. Right. And Gloria coached with me.
Yes. Everybody coached with you.
Derrick.
From my understanding, after the fact.
Derrick, I'm talking about Patrick.
Patrick,
Gloria. Yep. And Gloria left not long after and went out there. And I'm just, I just want to tell you how proud I am of the work you do, because, when people come to me and say, do you know anybody? And what I'm getting at, the next time I do any event at the Sand Mansion, because that's the only place I do my stuff, is there. Instead of having musicians and stuff, I'm bringing you in.
Oh,
I'm bringing you in. I'm bringing you in, because that was.
Thank you.
That little clip right there. I was like, okay, and I've never had it, but we had the Soul Children of Chicago, Teresa Griffin Was that the last one? Oh, yeah. We have a party up in there, and I want to get you in. I want to get you in.
Please
do. Listen, you guys, Derrick does fly. Got a passport?
Of course.
And got a passport. Listen, you all know as influencers, we're always throwing events, retreats, all these kinds of things. Maybe you work in the corporate arena. Mention this guy's name. Do your company a favor. Throw this, because you got to sit in the audience usually at all those boring ass things they have for y'all. If you want to make sure you have a good time next time, get this guy over to whoever makes those decisions. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Go ahead, Derrick. Yes.
Okay. The clothing line.
Oh.
Beloved.com. So it's beloved, BELOVIT, the number 1.com. If you can, that's a family business. If you want to show some support, you can go buy a hat or shirt or anything.
Put that in the comment.
And I would greatly appreciate it. Okay.
Will you put that link to Beloved in the comments? And right when you get done and, you go eat or whatever you getting ready to go do, go ahead and order one of them hoodies you're wearing and send it over here so I can wear it on the show next week.
There you go. I just sent it to you.
That sound like when grandma, she know you lying. What you talking about? Y'all, anybody believe he can ready to say me that?
I sent it to you in private chat because on my comments, I don't have a box to comment with in private chat.
You got it. Well, good. I'll grab it right now and drop it in. Okay. You got what time we got? Okay, 2 minutes. Listen, give them your Jerry Springer final thought, my man, about comedy, the funny, yuck, and medicine.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look, this is my final thought about comedy. We all need comedy. Look, come on out and laugh. Comedy is therapy. Therapy is comedy. We need you. We need you. And I hope you need us. Alive. I hope you need us because that pandemic after that, the world is so split. And the funniest thing I believe is if I could take the two parts of the world, make comedy about it, it'll bring everybody together.
And I'm getting ready to get some extra credit points with your fiance by blowing it up. That don't be thinking you're gonna go to the comedy show and be gonna be getting with Derrick or nothing like that. Because you don't want to mess with her. You don't want to mess with her, y'all.
She will love it when she see this.
See, right? Just letting y'all know. See, every king has a queen. Yes, so there you go. And some queens have queens, and some kings have kings. I don't care what you call it. Get that piece. Get that thing that makes you complete and go on and live your fullest life, your best version of your life. Can I get an amen? What a way to finish Friday. What a way to start my anniversary weekend. Derrick Jones.
Thank you. I got you. Come on, junior moment, senior moment, boo. Bring it back. We good.
No, I know it's Jones. I'll get so excited. That's that ADHD. That ADHD. I'd be so excited. You should have seen when I was a little kid. My mom, people be looking, especially white folks, and my mom be like, he just need a nap.
Yeah,
right. Right. And I'd be like, take his ass home then. Right. Derrick, what a wonderful thing you're doing. Get over it. Check out all the wonderful shows coming up. Check out everything. Derrick Jones.
Thank you, baby.
Derrick, give your fiance our love. She's beautiful.
She's laughing right now. She's like in the background looking.
It's my anniversary. When your wedding?
Now look.
I had to mess it up, huh?
Oh, no. But man, look, you like everybody else. I did my part. She got the ring. She got the engagement.
And I saw that ring too.
It's up to her at this point. I'm done.
Look, I looked at that. I blew it up. You know how nosy people are. I clicked on it and I blew it up. I was looking at it all. I said, "Oh, Derrick doing okay." You said, "Yeah." There it is. We're a minute over. I'll see you guys Monday. Wait, who do we got Monday?
Thank you, everybody. Love you.
Yes, Alicia Broman's here Monday. Get out there. Have a great weekend, you guys. Love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great weekend. Be the blessing you want to see in the world. Thanks, Derrick. Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need a spell sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind.